Television. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has announced a review of its visa clearance procedures, a controversial requirement which mandated married women to submit an approval letter from their husbands as part of the visa application process, sparked widespread debate on social media. Many have criticized the policy, describing it as outdated and discriminatory. Fuel prices at Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited services stations have surged to as high as 1,030 naira from 897 naira in the Federal Capital Territory. Samuel Odi, who went around Abuja, reports that long queues of motorists were observed, with many hoping to buy the pricey product. We'll bring you details of this report subsequently. The Nigerian military has confirmed that another notorious terrorist leader known as Mai Hijabi and his combatants that terrorized communities in Taraba State have been eliminated on the battlefield. Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, disclosed this at the bi-weekly media briefing with defense correspondents at the defense headquarters in Abuja. We'll also bring you details of this report subsequently. Kano State High Court has sentenced 27-year-old Kasim Hussein to 15 years in prison for killing a Kano Road Traffic Agency officer, Tijani Adamu Gambo, who was attempting to remove his vehicle's license plate. The court also imposed a fine of 500,000 naira with an additional 5-year jail term if Hussein fails to pay the fine. Presiding Judge, Justice Miriam Sambo, ruled that the sentences will run concurrently and commence from the date of Hussein's arrest. According to the prosecution presented by Barrister Mahdi Aliyu Abdurrahman from the Kano State Ministry of Justice, Hussein committed culpable homicide on October 29, 2021 at about 10 a.m. on Airport Road opposite Eldorado Cinema in Nasarawa local government area. The House of Representatives has rejected a motion, an urgent public importance seeking the intervention of the federal government in the chieftaincy tussle rocking Okpela community in Esako East local government area of Edo State. The motion was moved by the member representing Esako East and Esako West federal constituency of the state, Dekeri Anamero. Addressing the House during plenary session, Anamero lamented the loss of lives in Okpela owing to the violent reaction to the crowning of Lukman Akemukwe as the Okokpelagbe of Okpela by Governor Godwin Obaseki. Kebbi Development Forum, KDF, has condemned the murder of Alhaji Isa Daya, the district head of Kana in Danko Wasagu local government area of Kebbi State. The forum, in a statement by its public affairs officer Abubakar Abdullahi, also condoled with the family of the deceased district head, Governor of Kebbi, Nasir Idris, and Emir of Zuru, Alhaji Sani Sami, and prayed God grant the deceased eternal rest. The forum also pledged to cooperate with the government and security agencies in their efforts to secure citizens across the state. The Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TET Fund, has embarked on an advocacy visit to innovators and inventors in Kaduna as part of efforts to promote innovation, strengthen research collaboration, and advance technology development in the region. Chairman, TET Fund National Research Fund Screening and Monitoring Committee, Professor Hayward Mafuyet, says the advocacy visit is a key initiative in the lead-up to the upcoming National Research Fair and exhibition. Jumai Manson was there for Global Television. We'll bring you that detail subsequently as well. You're watching the News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Express returns, Nigeria announces availability of 220 acreages for oil exploration. Details of this and more after this break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. If you've just joined us, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the News Express. In business, the Naira has weakened against the US dollar on October 9th, 2024, closing at 1,625.13 Naira in the official investor and exporter A&I window, as crude oil futures slipped slightly to around $76 per barrel. This recent movement represents a shift in Nigeria's foreign exchange dynamics, with the Naira declining by 4.06% compared to the previous trading day's closing rate of 1,561 Naira. Market turnover in the I&E window dropped significantly, falling by 49% to $170.60 million from the $253.68 million recorded the day before. As prices of petroleum products skyrocket in Nigeria with its attendant economic implications, an oil and gas sector expert, Dr. Timothy Okod, spoke exclusively to Global Television's Sharon Ajay on some of the factors driving the market, which we'll bring to you subsequently. The federal government has announced the commencement of zero value-added tax on pharmaceutical products and medical devices in a bid to reduce drug prices in the country. In a statement signed by the head of information in the Federal Ministry of Health, Alaba Balogu, noted that the executive order on harmonized implementation framework has been cleared to be gazetted. The ministry also noted that following the completion of the process, the Federal Inland Revenue Service and Nigeria Customs Service can now begin implementing zero value-added tax and excise duties on pharmaceutical products and medical devices. The federal government, through the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, has announced the availability of 220 open acreages that are ready for exploration and investment opportunities in the oil and gas sector. Acreages mean specific tracts of land available for exploration, drilling, or production activities. They can be leased or sold to companies to extract natural resources. The chief executive of NUPRC, Gbenga Komolafe, disclosed this during his presentation at the Africa Oil Week in Cape Town, South Africa. The government also reiterated that it currently has 31 oil blocks available for investment, inviting interested investors to explore opportunities in these blocks and contribute to the growth and development of the country's oil and gas sector. On the foreign scene, Hurricane Milton felled trees, tore roofs, and flooded streets, leaving residents of the Florida coast surveying a trail of destruction in a state still reeling from another massive storm 2 weeks earlier. Hurricane Helene, which formed in late September 2024, quickly intensified as it moved across the Gulf of Mexico. It killed over 200, became a Category 4 hurricane with a maximum sustained winds of 140 meters per hour before making landfall on September 27 near Perry, Florida. Meanwhile, over 3 million Florida homes and businesses were without power after the weather front made landfall as a Category 3 storm near Siesta Key on the U.S. state's western coast. A rare downpour has turned parts of the Sahara Desert into blue lagoons with water pooling around palm trees and sand dunes. Southeastern Morocco, one of the driest places on earth, experienced more rain in 2 days than it usually does in a year. The Moroccan government reported rainfall that exceeded yearly averages in several areas, including Tata, which was hit hard. The Portuguese government is proposing to slash taxes for under 35s in an attempt to dissuade young people from immigrating and encouraging foreigners to settle in Portugal. As part of the annual budget being presented to Parliament, the centre-right government of Luis Montenegro aims to reduce income tax for under 35s to a maximum of 15%. The tax rate for Portuguese earning the average salary of just under 20,000 euros, equivalent of £16,700, is currently 26%. Under the government's plan, people in their 20s at the start of their careers could pay nothing at all in the tax for the first year. In sports, Manchester United's summer signing Noussair Mazraoui is set to miss the next 2 months due to a diagnosis of cardiac arrhythmia. The setback comes as the club grapples with their worst ever start to a Premier League season, having secured just 8 points from their opening 7 matches. Italian journalist Niccolò Schira reported that Mazraoui, a 17 million euros acquisition, has been diagnosed with the condition, which affects the regularity of heartbeats. Cardiac arrhythmia can cause the heart to beat too fast, too slow, or in an irregular pattern, but with proper diagnosis, many people can manage the condition and lead normal lives. Greek football was in shock at the death of Panathinaikos and Greece international George Baldock, with tributes uniting even the country's usually hostile rival fans. The 31-year-old English-born right-back, a former Sheffield United stalwart in the Premier League, was found dead in a swimming pool at his home in the southern Athens suburb of Glyfada. News of Baldock's death dominated social media, with the top-flight Super League and clubs sending condolences even before Panathinaikos posted their own statement. As we end the Global News Express, let's take a look at some of our top stories. Troops have neutralized Taraba notorious terrorist leader Mai Hijabi. In business, federal government has commenced the implementation of zero value-added tax and excise duties on pharmaceutical products to crash prices. On the foreign scene, the state of Florida is now struggling to recover as Hurricane Milton brings trail of destruction. And in sports, football world has been thrown into mourning as Greece defender George Baldock dies at 31. That's it on the News Express, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365, Star Times channel 276, and free to air on NIGERIAMSAT. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.